welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today to show you a fun block from the Quilts of Valor people here in Canada, and it's called the Poppy block. Now, this block is just so cute. A lot of it is done by the stitch and flip corners, and it comes out with a lovely 9.5-inch unfinished block. But first, we want to talk to you about Michelle at Sewandquilt. Now, her channel is going to be in the show notes below, so this is kind of like a shout out. So if you go over there and check her out, you know, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you, and say hi from me. But first, we're going to talk about that Facebook group. The Facebook group is growing really quickly, and they're all making use of the virtual rooms, and we're sharing all sorts of fun stuff like recipes as well as all the quilting related stuff that we need. So if you have the opportunity and you're not anti-Facebook, come join that group. But first, let's get to this sewing. Okay, so here we go. Now I've taken this Poppy block and I've decided, okay, basically it's the same block. All four of them are the same. You just twist and turn them as you go around the flower. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew all four of these exactly the same way. These are going to be stitch and flip corners, and so is this one. It's really fast assembly. So let's get started. Now, if you want, you can do the black first. I'm going to start with the black first. And basically, I'm just going to move this out of the way. So I've got my black center, and I want to go from point to point. Can you see that good? Okay, I'm going to go from point to point on here with this black. And we're just going to do all four at once. And you want to stay on this side of the center, just kissing that center. Now you can, if you wanted to, you could, you know, fold it over and make a little crease, and then you know where to go. But I mean, once you do enough, if you do a lot of these and you're doing like, you know, say a few, you know, 20, 30, 40 of them, yeah, you got them down pat very quickly, and you don't need to be folding very often because they're quick. But if you like to fold, If you want to mark them, you can mark them as well. And just stay on this side of the center. Now, I am going to show you how to mark them, especially when you do the weights. Because the Poppy is just one of these fun, beautiful little quilts. And this came from our Quilts of Valor site here for Canada. So if you're ever looking for some lovely blocks just to sew, just to hang out with and sew, those are the ones to go for. Right now I'm just going to run a little leader ender through. I'm all at the same spot with all these blocks. So now here we are. So I'm going to cut them apart because we're chain piecing, and that's my leader ender. And I'm just going to quickly check to make sure that black covers. Yes, it does. Now these little triangles are too small. I don't work with them. I don't work with something that small. Actually, even now, like a 2-inch, where you do a flip and stitch on a 2-inch, it has to be some amazing color before I... Perfect. Oh, okay. Before I actually work with it, because I'm not... And you just check just like this, and you've got good coverage, right? So you know you can clip the back part of this off. And this... The little bits go into a pet bed, because, yeah, we don't throw that kind of stuff into a landfill. So now that I've got all of these, I'm going to make sure they kind of all stay flat. And we're going to put them back in order. Now, there we go. So half the flip and stitch goes like this, right? Half of them go here and half of them go here, right? Nothing goes here. So it's kind of a weird, or sometimes they call it snowballing or whatever. Now, like I say, if you do enough of these, you don't have to. Now I take my little magic wand when I find it, and I take a pencil, and I would draw, if you're going to draw a line, you would draw a line from point to point, right? So you can see that line there, right? And then you're going to put it right here, right? and you're gonna sew on this side of the line, right? Because you don't want that line. You don't want it to be too short, because if you're short, that means that you took the bite. And I'm talking about just barely touching the line, right? So I'm just gonna quickly draw these. It's not too bad to do all these. And sometimes too, you know, if you're going to make a quilt of valor, you know, you take your time. You take your time and just get it done. Just nice and neat. Okay. And just kiss that line. You're not over the line. You're beside the line. You're driving beside the line. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And last one. Now you can do all of them at once. I mean, there's some people, they sit at night, they've got like a design board with sandpaper on it, and they put their little square down and they just draw hundreds of lines while they're watching a TV film, or, you know, a TV show or something like that. I mean, there's lots of people that do this kind of technique. So let's just get all of these done at once. It might be a little faster. Yeah, these are fun though. These little blocks are a lot of fun. Here we go. There. And it ensures your accuracy. I know it's an extra step. You can also iron them. You know, that's another quick way to make a line. And you do end up with the same result, either ironing or... I don't have my iron. I have it in the room, but I don't have it on because we're in the middle of filming, and sometimes filming takes a little bit too much time. So let's get these off. Okay, so now, before we put this on, I'm going to check to see if that's the right size. Now, in the pattern, you can make either 2.5, I'm going to say like either make 2.5 on the neutrals or 2 3/4. Now this is a 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut this off here. And I'm going to sew this one next, because it's right across from where I was. Okay, go. There. And there, I've got good coverage. Okay. Clip it off with the world's smallest scissors. Yes, I know. Yeah, they're handy little scissors. These Teflon Fiskars are really nice. They stay sharp for a very long time, and you can do almost anything with them. And I have cut paper with them, but they still work for fabric, which is bizarre. But I mean, I did pay good money for them, so. Okay, let's see if this one works. Flip it over and trim this off. There, now. There. Nice. Line it up. Take your time. Yeah, this has been pretty interesting. My husband and I were talking here last couple of weeks, and we were sitting there. All the guilds right now are strapped for cash. All of them, because their memberships are down because of the pandemic. So I also, see, here, I'm going to show you. The line is right here. I'm just kissing that line. And, yeah. Anyways, my husband and I decided that I will do speaking engagements for guilds, and I won't charge. So if you are part of a guild, or you know somebody in programming for your guild, or you want to spread the word that way, that's fine. I know, like I say, the guilds are hurting, so it's one of those things, yeah, you need to do, kind of step up during a time, you know. So anyways, just run a little piece through. No, a little crumb through. I'm working on pink crumbs. So now, just like this, we're gonna do this on, and I'm just gonna save these for another sewing adventure. So I've just kissed the line. I don't know if you can see that well. Right, where I've kissed the line. Like you can see the pencil line and you can see the thread. And when I fold it over, I have perfectly matched my where I need to be. The turn of the cloth actually takes up some room, right? So you got to remember to stay like a thread width away from your line. I'll find a better one here. I'll try and show it to you. Hang on. Okay, here we go. I'm just, yeah. No, I think that was the best one. I showed you the best one already. Okay. But anyways, yes, getting back to my speaking, I do speaking engagements for free. I'm going to start doing that because everybody is hurting. I have an opportunity to talk to them about scrap busters because, you know, now they're probably getting a lot of scrap donations too, and that way they can, you know, get some free ideas on what to do, you know, so, but yeah, okay, so now I'm just turning these over, and what I'm doing is I am lining them up, and I'm going to try and show you this best I can. So this is how you line them up to sew them now, right? So that is going to make a real striking little fort patch, right? Now, and basically they're all sewn exactly the same, but they're twisted as they go around, right? So think of it that way. It's a twisted poppy. So I'm just going to, I should probably get my, I should be, no, I'm going to get my 3/4 inch foot. Hang on. Hang on, let's find, we got to obligatory change the feet on this. Oh, come on. Here we go. Yeah, we got to do it at least once every show, right? Once every video, we got to change the foot. So, now, what I'm going to do is when I get to this black, I'm going to change the direction so that one nests, right? So this one is pointing this way, and this one now is pointing that way, right? So they're going to nest. Now, I'm going to do the opposite when I get the other one in there. So I want them to nest and match really lovely, because getting that center black is probably key. So now this one goes this way, and the underneath part gets folded over, right? So now, I'm just going to line up that black, so I get good nest right here. Right? And then I get the rest of this. Oh, it's kind of a... Okay, there we go. Oh, another little piece gets sewn together. There we go. The little crumbs are so much fun to work with. So remember, we've got this side going to be nested and this side now, right? So our black points are going to meet up. And now I just line this up, and I make sure, I'm going to move the board, and I make sure I've got good thing. Anyways, I don't know how you guys feel about the chats. Oops, let's go. Let's nest this one first. Oops, let's go this way first. Okay. And I just need to drop my needle down on just one side of it. Now I'm going to have to make my mind up whether I'm going to go, I think for the very center, I'm going to put the top one going this way and the bottom one going this way. Right? Top goes this way, the bottom one comes this way. So they'll end up with a nice tight nesting. And I just want to go right one hair length over. Now this one is going to just be perfectly nested. There we go. And now we make sure we've got this all lined up perfectly. There we go. And now we're gonna clip it. Run a something. Hang on. Get another little scrap piece here. Another small little piece to run through in my pinks. And let's get to that ta-da. We're going to spin our seam first before we get it to the moment. So when I pop this open like this, now sometimes, because I'm stitching at 25 to 30 stitches an inch right now, even though I could probably do a smaller or bigger stitch, I like my small stitches on this machine. So here, I'm just going to pop open, because it's not opening really easily. So I want to break that. And you just pull out the center few stitches, just a couple right down to the other stitch line. There we go, just like that. And now, oh, there it is. Perfect. It's going to lay perfectly flat. So when I open this up now, it's going to lay absolutely perfectly flat. This is all going to twist and nest lovely, and it's going to be just perfect. Okay, now we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our big ta-da moment. I haven't even ironed this one. I was so anxious to show it to you. It's just big and cute. Now, instead of doing the 2 and 3/4 squares on the edges here in the white, you could do 2 1/2s in low volumes and still end up with a rounded shape. Like your points would not meet in the middle, so you would have like a white and then a little bit of red and then a white. Now that might be your preferred look, but this is the block I got off the Quilts of Valor Canada site, so I thought, well, we'll definitely show you that. And if you have the chance and opportunity to, and you can afford to, make a charity quilt. I mean, there's all sorts of free patterns online, and all they ask you to do is make a charity quilt or something every once in a while. So I also, with these cut-offs edges, this part we cut off, I was able to make 2 cute little pinwheels, and I squared them up to 3 inches square. So they're going to end up in a little orphan block at some point, and they'll be kind of cute floating around in a quilt. So that's all good. And I popped open my seams and spun it so both of these lie really flat in the middle. I hope you have a really good day ahead, and if you have time to play with this poppy block, that would be fun too. Okay, you take care until we see each other again. Bye! My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our quilting journey and the YouTube adventure that we're on. We have some wonderful plans for 2023. And it includes a lot more, like with the Facebook group and the rooms feature and sewing and hanging out with people. Those monthly Zoom sew dates are still in the works. We have a lot of fun ideas coming up for 2023, and we hope you share, like, and subscribe with your friends. That little notification button and subscribing to us really helps us out. Commenting helps us out too. So if you like what you're seeing, let us know. Even send us a heart on the comment. That helps so much for us. Okay, you have an absolutely fabulous 2023, and all of our best wishes for you in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.